Yeah.
So Josh, Greg said you guys found out the news this morning. I'm curious when you personally found out and kind of what your first thoughts were.
Yeah. Some of the leaders on the team found out from Greg last night, personally. So that was obviously a shock. It was our job to kind of keep it quiet. So fortunately, it got out. I don't know how it got out, but so obviously, word spread quickly last night, and it was just, it was one of those things where I just talked to my family, and I kind of turned off my phone, and I woke up. I knew there was going to be, some backlash today, but so far I think everyone's kind of processing it, and we'll move on from there.
Pipa said something about it's still fresh for a lot of guys. Is there a sense with the team that it's going to take some time to process this and, learn how to, I guess, relearn how to focus for this weekend?
Yeah, right. That's our biggest focus right now. I want to stress to everyone in there. I made a point to a lot of the guys that we need to just control what we can control. Unfortunately, we can't control any of it. Our job is we are going. Everything that we're focusing on now happens out here and on Sunday. So, I have no control of it. I don't know much about it, so it's hard for me to answer a lot of these questions. I think people is right. It's just, it's we all need to process it. It's something that it's fresh. We just learned about it, and we don't have a lot of answers.
Being from Ohio, though, what's your initial reaction to?
Man, it's tough, and the initial reaction is sadness. Yeah, obviously, I can't personally. It's hard for me to to answer that because there are no answers. There's a chance that this all blows over. So I don't really want to get into hypotheticals and all of that, but it's hard for me to kind of imagine an MLS without Columbus. But like I said, my job right now is to prepare myself and to prepare the team, for what we have ahead. We're all excited for a playoff run. So, that's sorry to kind of dance around that, but that's all I got for you.
What is this club and the city meant to you throughout your career?
I rooted for these guys as a kid. I'm still living out a dream here. So. This is something that I wake up every day and in a great mood and unbelievably happy that I get to represent, the city of Columbus and, the team that I grew up rooting for. So, as of right now, that's my focus. That's what I still wake up in a good, in a happy mood every day.
You talk a lot about focus. With that in mind, how long is that phone going to have to stay off, do you think? Are you going to have to do things different for the foreseeable future?
No, I'm not a real big social media guy anyways, but obviously there's a little storm brewing on the social media in the social media world. So
friends too. I'm sure you have Ohio friends who
of course
have thoughts about this. You're gonna have to cut them out just temporarily.
Yeah, just leave my phone here, throw it out the window on the highway on the way home. No, it's something that like I've said, I don't have a lot of answers. I wish I did. And my phone's been blowing up since last night, but I know as much. You guys probably at this point know more information than I do. You guys have been on the phone this whole morning, so I just don't have a lot of answers for them. I wish I did. I wish I could, say the right things, but I don't want to. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to do anything. I'm just, like I said, I have a one-track mind right now, and that's winning this game in New York.
You guys obviously have a huge game coming up on Sunday. Playoffs after that. Given the timing of this, does that kind of complicate things a little bit? And how do you approach that?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not ideal, but we're professionals. This is what things like this happen. You have to deal like this. It can't be all, blue skies every day. You got to go through some stuff like this, and it does make things a little more complicated. But we're prepared for this. I feel like we have the right staff. We have, they're saying the right things to us. I feel like we have a professional enough locker room. We have leaders on the team that today it's going to linger around a little bit. Everybody's got to answer some uncomfortable questions and do some interviews that aren't ideal, but tomorrow we move on, and we control what we can control again.
Since there really aren't any answers right now, as one of the leaders of this team, how do you ensure that this does not become a distraction when you guys are preparing for Sunday, and especially for maybe some of the younger guys who haven't experienced something like this quite before?
Yeah, just quiet the chatter. And out here we're gonna have to answer some questions. In there, it can't be, there are no answers we can give them. So, you know, what are we really talking about? It's all hypothetical. So, you know, I think it's important for the team to stay positive, to continue to talk about what we're doing, you know, this week, and to prepare. It's you know, it's something. It's kind of one of those things. If you keep talking about it, then it doesn't go away. You know, and you know, we need to control what happens in there and what happens on the social media world and out here, and that's completely different, you know, from what we need to focus on. So, you know, as a leader, that's what I'm going to do. You know, if I'm going to try to keep the talk to, you know, to positive talk, and then to talk about New York and how we're going to prepare ourselves.
How important is tomorrow? You know, I know you guys as starters didn't do a ton today, Greg said, but coming out and making sure that it's a good first real day of practice.
Yeah, it's everything. You know, I said that's one of the first things I said to Will in the locker room after the win in Orlando. It's, you know, this week we have to step it up again. You know, last week was good, but you know, New York is going to be tough. They're fighting for everything. We're fighting for everything. So, you know, this is what it boils down to. This is what, you know, these are the fun games. This is why we do it. So, you know, I think tomorrow is going to be really important. As soon as we get here, as soon as we get in the locker room, I feel like it has to be a professional atmosphere, and you know, we really have to focus on what we're doing and the task at hand.
There are potential home games coming up down the line, and you guys obviously rely so much on the fans to make Monterey a home field advantage. What's your message to fans out there who are obviously upset today?
Yeah, you know, it's your right. You have the right to do that. You have the right to feel how you want to feel. But you know, from the guys in the locker room, from me, myself, as you know, someone growing up rooting for the crew, you know, we need your support. You know, we're asking you guys to, you know, stick with us. You know, for now, it's you guys are everything. Their support is everything. You know, so you know, the last thing we want is to create a divide between us and the fans. You know, we appreciate everything that they've done for us. You know, and again, I don't want to get into the hypotheticals. I don't mean to keep bringing that up, but you know, like I said, you know, their support for us and their love and for not only, you know, us as players, but the organization is so well appreciated. So, you know, that's basically all I can say about that.
How tough is that line to balance? That you want to avoid distractions, but you just acknowledge fans are hurting right now, and there's probably a desire to go out there and put a little extra on this for them, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't let this talk get in there, but claim glory for Columbus might resonate a little more this week.
Yeah, I play every game for them, for myself, for my family. You know, it means a lot for me to put on this crest and to be from Ohio and you know, to play in front of them. So it's not something, I don't know, to me I'm trying to win a playoff game. I'm trying to get the highest seed, you know, that I can possibly get. I'm trying to get a home playoff game. I'm trying to win against New York. It's not, you know, that's all, again, that's outside stuff. That's stuff that I can't control.
On the field, take the win in Orlando, and what is this team doing so well right now? Just 9 straight unbeaten.
Right. Yeah, it starts out here. I think we're extremely focused. The staff has prepared us well in every single game. We train hard. And we have confidence. We have confidence. We believe in what we're doing. You know, and I think that's everything. We believe in the guy next to us. The guy next to us knows that whoever's behind them has their back. You know, and I think that speaks. You know, that speaks so loudly in this league. I feel like you know, if you get a string of games where the same guys are playing and it's the same guy next to you in and out, week in and week out. You know, you start to build that comfort, you start to build that relationship, and that's so important in the grand scheme of things. So, you know, I think the success has come from not only the guys that are, you know, kind of consistently playing, but also the guys that have come off the bench and provided a spark. You know, those guys have known their, you know, I wouldn't say they've accepted their role, because out here no one really has a role. Everyone's fighting for a starting position, but you know, to accept that you're not starting, and my job is going to be to, you know, come off the bench and provide a spark. And fortunately, everybody's bought in, and you know, it's an amazing feeling. We're having a lot of fun.
Anything different going to Citi Field instead of Yankee Stadium?
Nah. Focus on the task at hand. We're good. We think if we play how we normally play, and you know, we execute our game plan, you know, we feel like we can beat anybody wherever.
Thanks,
We
Josh.
good? No problem.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Go Cavs.